Welcome to the car.
We closed Friday. Tony went to drop it off himself.
Yes.
So that was 3 days before Christmas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Friday before because, he couldn't hide it for that long.
No. That's
His son actually wasn't going to be there till Christmas Day, so Tony got to
That was perfect.
drop it off, and his whole family was there to see
yeah.
it.
And you guys only sold like 7 on the golf carts that week.
Oh, stop it. You're making me blush.
Sorry. Kristen only sold 7 other golf carts.
That's
that
right.
week.
It was unbelievable. My gosh. Yeah, December was an insane month for us, and all we could say is we're super blessed to have these opportunities. Not only that, to be in this beautiful city of Canyon Lake, where we have 4,000 golf carts privately owned that just roll around, and less than half of them don't golf.
Nope.
Just love the lake. They love the
Pleasure.
parks. Absolutely.
Pleasure.
Yeah, business or pleasure? Pleasure. So at the end of it, now we're at Johnny's. Johnny has seen it. Johnny decided to go with purple because our Tim had originally painted the frame green in the designs.
That just started the ball.
It did, because he was like, "Oh, so we doing the frame green?" And I'm like, "I mean, we can." And at that time, I had no plan. I was just gonna paint it
That
black.
wasn't even part of it.
No.
Too much green. It was too much green.
Well, it looked good in the design work.
Yeah, the mock-up.
Yeah, the mock-up, it looked fine. So
When you design things, it's accent colors, boys. Accent colors.
Why are we in trouble already?
What does that mean?
what does that even mean?
The less amount of color that shows in the basic design or the whole design is what you want the majority of the frame to be. I would say
Yep.
the frame. So there's less purple. So we chose purple
We're
to make all the other colors flow right.
talking about golf carts. Not,
Pop,
not
pop,
living
pop,
rooms.
pop.
Oh, that's what you mean. Got it.
That's what I mean, Tim.
The purple pop, though. It looked great.
It
So-
did. It looks great.
Johnny's visit to us was extremely helpful, and it was our second wind. It's our second wind. Thank you. Because we were on board, he was on board. We're on the same page. We're rolling. Unfortunately, the cart's got to come all back apart again.
That part was great.
So
Can we powder coat it next time?
next time we're going
It
powder
wasn't in the
coat.
budget, Tim.
Building stuff is fun. Painting stuff is not.
No,
You did a great job.
I didn't
pretty
like
good.
it.
Did a great job, Tim.
It was
Just
pretty
because you did it.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Like my mom said, if you can't be a handsome man, be a handyman.
That's right. That's right.
Tim is very handy.
That's why I'm a handy man. Mm-hmm. Someone's got to take care of this stuff.
So Johnny decided on purple. Johnny decided on purple based on. Would you bring what was purple?
I'm
The
going to say
carry-all.
this because
The
he has
carry-all.
great style.
Yeah. So Tim's got this awesome carry-all in the front. It was already purple when you got that suspension?
Yeah, I bought it from a dude that works at Patriot.
Oh.
And that's a lift kit from, it's probably 20 years old on that old cart.
And it
It's
still
old,
looks great.
it's old carry-all, and it was in a Tupperware bucket, and I bought it, and it's Gravedigger purple, and I put it on the cart with the green. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Johnny was inspired.
And my instructions were, Kristen, match the fucking paint
Oh yeah.
on Tim's golf cart.
Sent Kristen down to O'Reilly's and said, I need this purple. And she took a picture of Tim's purple front suspension and just went down to O'Reilly's and came back with this beautiful anodized purple. That
Anodized look,
it's-
just add
it's the-
something extra.
It's the best color. How do you describe a White Claw there, Kristen? Because that's how it painted like.
A little lighter than this one, Tim. Just a little lighter.
It painted like static.
that's
Yeah, like static.
It was miserable to paint.
yeah. We ended up going through 12
You're welcome,
cans or
Tim.
something crazy. 12 cans at $15.99 each.
Thanks, Kristen.
Yeah, I did. We went a little over budget on spray paint. I don't even know how that happened.
But it was worth it.
No, it was
It's a
good.
beautiful purple.
It was good.
Beautiful purple.
Do you think you'd prime it with the same prime or just spray it next time? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think if you would have primed it with a black base, it would have made things.
Maybe.
I think I just went to work that day and sent it down to the powder coater.
Yeah.
We were also on schedule. It was
I think that
schedule,
would
guys.
have helped
Yeah.
a lot.
If you didn't know, Tim was doing this the whole time while being a full-time firefighter. So like
Woo!
there were days where it was like, all right, well,
I just disappeared.
Tim's gone for 2 days.
Saving lives.
Nothing's
saving golf
happening.
It's
carts.
just
When
yeah.
we say 2 days, we mean 48 hours continuously.
yes, sleeping
Doing important things, saving our peoples, putting
But then
out
I had like 4
fires.
days off to work on the cart after that. That's the important. That's how it got
pretty
done.
freaking cool. And you know what? Every single hour of that day off was committed to it because it was legit. Like 2 days would go by and we're like, whoa, how? You're like,
Yep.
well, there's 24
happens.
hours in a day, my friend. So spray paint came out perfect. So it immediately once it left, once it left John's, John came by and saw it, and then we went to bringing it back over. I'm sorry. Once Johnny left, then it went back over to Tim's. It got completely disassembled again. We had the frame flipped over. We had all of this stuff, and then we had to spray paint the bottom of the frame. Did you do more welding on that frame?
Yeah, because I had to do the mounts for the exo gear on the cage.
Yeah, mounts
So
for
all-
the exo gear.
So
That's right.
the exo gear just bolts in really nice and clean. Same with all the rib nuts inserted for the body, so the body can come on and off. It wasn't put on by drywall screws or zip screws or anything else. Like,
Yeah.
it's factory stuff.
And Tim went down. Tim went down while it was there. He put in
stuff's fun.
what are
Come
those
on.
called? Nutserts?
Yeah, nutsers. There you go.
Those are so nice.
Yeah.
It was like better than rivets.
Why'd you turn
And
the air compressor
cue
off?
the compressor. We are still in a shop. You know what?
Scared me a little bit.
You know, it wouldn't be a shop if all these things were not happening in the background. Every time I answer the phone, it's like boo, boo, boo. Lots of noise in the background.
I don't know how you do your job half the time. It seems very.
You know, I don't
distracting.
know either, but you know, I'm deaf in half of one ear, I think now, and I think I just
Deal with it.
deal with it.
Well, good story so far, guys. Great story. So, yeah, after it left Johnny's, we shot it over to Tim's. Tim blew that thing apart, and within 24 hours, that thing was painted and reassembled somehow. So at that point, I spent a little bit of time kind of deciding where we were going to mount the light bars, sound bar, underglow. Underglow wasn't done yet. No, underglow wasn't done yet. We decided where we were going to mount all of it. If I needed any more fabrication done, it was going to be done at the time of paint. And of course, Tim came through.
Oh, and the hitch. That's when Johnny
hitch.
said the whole trash can thing. Because
Yeah.
who has an 8 foot tall golf cart that you need a hitch on? I didn't think so. But he had one on the old one. He needed it on the new one. We
Yeah.
had to take care of that.
Totally. Yeah. So very quickly came back. I had all the tabs that we needed to be able to finish everything. And then it was crunch time, of course, with a bunch of other projects going on and things like that. But very quickly, we were at the end of the project. And we got the lights working. We got the stuff working. We got everything rolling. And I think we were able to actually finish it in just enough time to be able to drive it. Actually make sure it drives before delivery day. How about that?
Tim wanted to drive this thing before there was even anything installed.
I know.
I didn't,
Vroom,
get to,
vroom.
I didn't get to drive it. Well, I drove it before we had body and everything. The
Yeah.
night that, like 11 at night,
I want to drive this thing.
we got the motor running and we ripping around the parking lot, having a good time. Like okay.
That's right. We did get to drive it.
Yeah,
I
it was
forgot
pretty
that.
busted. The cage wasn't mounted. Nothing
Yeah.
was going on. Like all right. Like
Was that old carb or new carb?
old carb because it was a struggle bus. Remember, it kept falling flat on its face.
That's right. Okay. So, yeah, before we put the performance carb on it, which we totally needed. Well, we just needed a new carb. We didn't need a performance carb. We just needed a new carb.
But that's a general thought pattern of any Predator engine. Like, cool, throw us Predator engines, but the carbs are meant to be set at 1 RPM, and they just rip at that all day long. It's a power washer. It's a generator. It's not a variable speed like you'd have on a dirt bike or something like that.
Totally.
So we had to change that so you could actually feather the throttle and actually go.
Run it. Yeah, so we were able to get that thing to drive, and it was beautiful. And then we went down to Sunset Beach, Canyon Lakers. You'll know Sunset Beach very, very well.
The hot spot.
It is. It's a beautiful spot. Beautiful spot. Beautiful spot to bring a golf cart. We shot it down there on the trailer, and then did some running around and made sure that everything was working properly, and we were able to shoot everything that we needed to shoot for the final video. My gosh, the brand new Raymond is going to bounce.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your design work. Raymond from Design Wise. Woo! All your graphic design and needs and wrapping.
Clothing,
and
stickers. You want frames on your walls.
All that.
On canvas.
Babysitting.
Babysitting.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, and since this project, Raymond has done 3 or 4 other wrap jobs for us as well. So
he's our go-to for wraps.
Anytime we need a color change, anytime we need stuff, we pick the colors, we pick whatever we need.
And this was a very large project. It was a very large project that he really brought to life.
I wanted to hear the drama on his side of it, because I know there definitely was, because we're in Christmas and most printers shut down during Christmas.
Not Raymond, though. Not Raymond. He was literally working Christmas Eve, doing canvas work to put pictures on people's walls for Christmas.
That is true. And then he also had to pick those prints up in Pomona, which is 2 hours away from here.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
He's like, well,
he did it.
I use these guys in Pomona because, well, they're the only ones that are really open during Christmas. All right, sounds good. So the day of that Wednesday that we're going to wrap, they had an issue with the vector file, and something wasn't working right, and I'm sure him and Tim were all trying to figure out this last minute stuff, because literally it's Wednesday. I mean, we talked about how important Wednesday was before that Friday delivery, because it means that we're going to wrap it. So we ended up wrapping the cart until probably 6 p.m. that night.
No, I left at like 8:30.
Okay.
I left at 8:30.
Yeah. So another late night. We were here wrapping until 10:30 at night. And I think it finally got all finished up right at like 10:30. And then the next day we were able to do our kind of final drive, that stuff, which was super
final
cool.
touch-ups.
Yeah, final touch-ups. The canopy that you actually see over that says Gravedigger on it and things like that, that didn't come until Friday. So Friday morning, I am paracording that thing in and making it all tight and making it actually work out. So the final product was literally final on the day of delivery, and it's pretty sweet. I mean, that's how it always works.
It was a great product.
Yeah.
Great final product. And you didn't even mention the rainstorm on Friday that we had to deal with. So in Southern California, it doesn't rain here, and it's always beautiful, right? That's how we market it and advertise it.
Yeah.
However, it rained buckets that day.
It really did.
Everything.
We were rushing out trying to put the canopy up.
Everybody's like putting an easy up over it. It was a mess.
It was a disaster.
Like just for those last.
It was not a disaster, but it was
definitely wet.
It was a challenging position to be in.
Yeah. It changed the dynamic of it.
I had fun. It was fun to me.
For those of you watching all around the United States, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. We're here talking about a disaster being some rain. It was a disaster, but I'd much prefer to not have weather. Yeah, we're good.
There's no weather. Inside is outside out here.
It really is.
Inside is outside.
You got to embrace everything that comes your way here.
Yeah. We're blessed, and we don't really have rust except for on older Easy Goes that somehow we get for free. Yeah, those are rusty, but other than that, most of the time every bolt comes off. We don't have torches as regular hand tools.
Although they are in the shop.
They're in the shop.
We got to make lots of trophies and
That's fun stuff though.
Yeah.
Those are the toys at the end of the day.
My torch I used to
toys.
heat shrink butt connectors. That's the most I use my torch.
And to make sure everybody's okay, we cut all the rust off. All the rust off was cut off. I went back down to the steel shop.
That's right.
Got more steel, replaced it all.
For the record.
And when it comes from us, no rust is included.
No rust at all.
I'm from upstate New York. I hate rust. It's a burning passion. I got to get rid of it.
So Friday, delivery day. And also delivery day was like the final day that our shop is open for Christmas break and things like this. So
technically it's Thursday. Friday is our finishing touches. We don't want to be distracted. The guys got to stay on point.
Yeah, we're not taking new work on Friday, for sure.
We had one roll in on Friday. It's fairly simple. Mike picked up the cart and him it, which was, more Mike's job than us.
Yeah, we were a hero.
Yeah, we
Christmas
were.
Miracle.
We were. Quick pickup, fix, drop off all on the same day. We managed to squeeze one in. It was really great. Tony stayed on schedule and had Johnny's cart just dropped off.
Yeah.
An hour late, but it wasn't late.
It was actually, no, it was
perfect timing.
Yeah, it was perfect. So he's like, hey, man, it would be best if you could try and shoot there around 5. And I'm like, perfect.
It worked perfect. And we saved somebody that day. So
yeah. So when we roll up at Johnny's house, it's so funny. He's got a picture of himself on his gate. It's so funny.
Just so you know whose house it is.
Like, I don't know if Anthony got footage of it, but like the beard, the everything, I forget what it says, but you can see Johnny there with his big beard.
You guys have seen Transformers, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The guy with he's got a beard that's made of like
all the tools and stuff. Yeah.
Like that's what that's reminding me of.
Oh,
on
100%.
A gate.
Yeah. No, it was like a sign. I don't remember what kind of sign, but I think it was like I don't want to say spray paint, but it was really cool. It was really cool. Johnny's gate was cool. And I'm like, there's 2 gates that are right next to each other. Simpson Park.
I do. I might have to relive this whole gate now.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
There's 2 gates that are right next to each other. And it's like, I wonder which gate it is. And I look at the fence and I'm like, that's Johnny's gate. That's it. That's the one.
Face. Dude, this dude's got personality like stamped on everything he has. Like,
totally.
Everything. When he rolled up in his car, like, that's him.
We knew.
When
we
you
knew
see his
before
gate, like,
we even
that's
saw.
him. Before you even know this guy, like, all right, this is him, man. He like just
Johnny does Johnny things.
That's right.
He puts a stamp on it. Yeah. That's so appreciative.
Yeah. No, it was super, super cool. And then when we roll up, it was great. Like family, friends, little bonfire going, super cool. And the delivery went very well. That motor's cold-blooded, so I was really... That thing was ice cold by the time we got there, so it didn't run too well in the beginning, but like once he got it up the street and everything, it was rolling.
Just like any lady, you got to get her warm first.
Gotta get her, yes, a little bit of coaxing, a little bit of coaxing.
A little bit of caressing.
Every predator likes foreplay.
Yep, let her warm up.
Then she's hot.
So that is it. That is it for the story of Gravedigger. It was 32 days or something, 35 days or something like that of very much excitement, very much creativity. Everyone that was on board was very excited about it, and nothing's cooler than monster trucks.
32 days with Thanksgiving in the middle.
We did have Thanksgiving.
And ran a shop, and I go to work every day. Yes. Everything else.
Firefighter schedule.
I don't know if anybody knows this, but if you don't, like Kristen works a 12-hour day, and you can't get anything else done unless you work after Kristen.
Oh yeah,
Kristen's jobs come first. Like the shop comes first.
Yeah,
This
shop
thing
comes
didn't
first.
get touched till 5 at night every night.
for sure. Oh,
Keep
for
you
sure.
guys on a very tight schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
Very tight schedule.
I mean, we probably did 200, 250 carts in December, and it was
And still
just,
managed to build 2 awesome carts.
Well, too.
One that we're hearing about right now.
Well,
But we had a whole nother one in the mix.
we're gonna get into that.
Yeah. So
So-
2 custom builds in this crunch time of 30, I would say 40 days.
Yeah, total. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Welcome to the car.